She doesn't remember the guy with the perfect body or the slickest lines. What stays with her is something far deeper: how a man made her feel. The unforgettable man isn't the loudest, the richest, or the best looking. He's the one who showed up with a presence so real, so grounded, that it left an imprint on her. In a world full of noise, distractions, and superficial interactions, the man who can lock into a moment with full awareness becomes rare. That rarity becomes unforgettable. Most guys don't realize how powerful it is to just be fully there. They think they need to impress her, say the perfect thing, or show off their lifestyle, but none of that matters if the energy isn't right. When a man is calm, collected, and truly listening not just to her words, but to her energy, her body language, her silences, he creates something few others can. A moment that feels safe, intimate, and charged. This kind of presence isn't about being passive or silent. It's an active awareness. It's the ability to focus so completely that she feels like the center of your universe in that moment. No phone, no scanning the room, no anxious fidgeting, just grounded eye contact, stillness, and real connection. That depth is what she feels in her body. It's not something she understands logically. It's a felt experience, and that's why she remembers it. Most men's attention is split. They're either trying too hard or not trying at all. But the man who is just there, who brings the full weight of his presence to every second, without rushing or angling for an outcome, lets her feel seen in a way few others do. That's the imprint she can't shake. That's the energy she never forgets. Every woman is instinctively drawn to a man who offers her two things at once: emotional safety and unapologetic masculinity. But here's the catch: very few men know how to embody both. Some men are kind, gentle, and emotionally open, but they lack a strong sense of direction. They're the nice guys who listen well but often fold under pressure, agree to everything to avoid conflict, and lose their edge in the process. Women feel emotionally safe with them, but not inspired or challenged. Then there are the dominant, hyper-masculine types: confident, assertive, even charismatic, but they often come off as emotionally unavailable or even dismissive. They may project strength, but their inability to create space for a woman to open up leaves her feeling disposable, like she's only valued for what she can offer. That's where the unforgettable man comes in. He lives in the space between. He's emotionally grounded, meaning she can talk to him without fear of being judged. He listens without trying to fix everything. He creates a space where she can unravel without shame. But he also stands firm in who he is. He doesn't apologize for being a man. He's clear about his values, unapologetic about his boundaries, and confident in his direction. This blend is magnetic. It tells her, "I've got you," while also saying, "I don't need you to complete me." And that balance is rare, deeply rare. It makes her feel secure, but also keeps her guessing. She's safe, but she's also pulled in by his mystery and strength. It's this dual energy, the ability to hold her emotions without losing your backbone, that makes a man unforgettable. She may not be able to explain it, but she'll feel it, and she'll never shake it. There's a powerful shift that happens when a man stops needing a woman and starts choosing her instead. Neediness is repellent to attraction. It radiates insecurity. It puts pressure on the connection, and it tells her that you've made her the source of your validation. Women pick up on this energy immediately. It's in the way you text too much, react too quickly, or change yourself to keep her interested. But the man she never forgets moves differently. He operates from a place of calm detachment, not coldness, not arrogance, but inner wholeness. He's not looking to be saved entertained, or filled. He's already complete. He doesn't chase because he knows his value. He doesn't beg for time or attention because his self-worth isn't up for negotiation. And yet, he's not closed off. He's warm, open, and inviting, but he never abandons himself in the process. That's the subtle art, staying emotionally available without becoming emotionally dependent. This is what makes him magnetic. He's not trying to prove anything. He simply exists in his own lane, doing his thing, grounded in his purpose. He makes room for her, but he doesn't revolve around her, and that contrast is what stirs something deep in her. Most men make her feel pursued, but not inspired. The unforgettable man inspires her by simply being who he is. He doesn't need her to feel whole, and that makes her want to be around him even more. There's no grasping, no pressure, no fear of loss. He knows that the right woman will rise to meet him, and if she doesn't, he keeps moving without resentment. That kind of energy sticks in her mind because it's rare, it's centered, and it flips the dynamic in a way she can't ignore. One of the most defining moments in any relationship is how a man responds when he's disrespected. That single moment can either erase him from her memory or etch him into it forever. Most men, when faced with disrespect, whether it's a subtle dig, a broken boundary, or outright dismissal, react emotionally. They argue, plead, explain, or try to win her back. But all of those reactions scream one thing: I value you more than I value myself. That's not strength. That's need. And need is forgettable. But the man who calmly walks away when disrespected, he sends a message she won't forget. Not because he punished her or lashed out, but because he showed her through action, not words, that his self-respect is non-negotiable. He doesn't yell. He doesn't break down. He doesn't chase. He simply steps back, with grace and clarity, and lets her sit with what she's done. That silence, that space, hits differently. It forces her to face the reality that she lost access to something valuable, not because he tried to make her feel bad, but because he holds himself to a standard that no one gets to violate. And here's the thing: even if she never says it, she feels it. She'll replay that moment in her mind, questioning how a man could be so composed, so clear, so powerful in his departure. That kind of strength is unforgettable. It teaches her something, not just about him, but about herself. She realizes she encountered a man who knows exactly who he is and what he deserves. And even if she never gets another chance, she'll remember how he made her feel in that final moment, not angry, not vengeful, but deeply aware that she lost something real. That's the mark of a man who values himself. There's something undeniably magnetic about a man who is consistent in his character, yet mysterious in his intentions. He's the one who shows up with steady energy, grounded, reliable, and true to his word, but never fully lets you see everything at once. That balance creates a unique pull. Women are naturally drawn to depth, and when a man reveals himself too quickly, when everything is on the surface, the intrigue fades. But the man who moves with quiet confidence, who reveals his layers slowly, becomes unforgettable. He's not hiding, he's just not performing. He doesn't need to impress because who he is speaks louder than any act. She can sense that there's more beneath the surface, and that mystery keeps her leaning in. At the same time, he's not unpredictable in a chaotic way. He's steady. She knows he's the same man whether he's alone or in a room full of people. He keeps his promises, lives with purpose, and holds strong to his values. That kind of consistency builds trust. It makes her feel secure. But it's the mystery, the subtle way he lets her wonder, The feeling that there's always more to discover that creates desire. Most men either give too much or too little. They're either an open book with no challenge or a locked vault with no access. But the unforgettable man finds the sweet spot. He gives her just enough to feel connected, but never so much that the mystery dies. And in that tension between clarity and curiosity, attraction grows. She thinks about him not just because of what he said or did, but because of what she felt when she was around him, grounded, intrigued, a little off balance, and completely drawn in. That feeling stays. That man stays.